Meal prep usually starts with good intentions. You set aside time on the weekend, cook a few meals, fill your fridge, and tell yourself that this is the week things finally change. For a moment, it feels organized and under control. But then the week begins, and real life shows up. Work runs late, energy drops, stress builds, and suddenly the food you worked so hard to prepare feels like more effort than it is worth. By the middle of the week, the fridge is still full, but you are exhausted, unmotivated, and reaching for whatever feels easiest. This is the moment when most people assume they have failed. They think they lack discipline or motivation. They tell themselves they are bad at eating healthy. But the truth is much simpler and far more encouraging. Meal prep usually does not fall apart because of a lack of effort. It falls apart because most people are following a system that only works when life is calm and predictable. The human brain is wired to conserve energy. When you are tired, stressed, or overwhelmed, your brain looks for the fastest and easiest option available. If healthy food requires extra steps, decisions, or effort, convenience will always win. This is not a personal weakness. It is basic human biology. Meal prep fails when it creates more mental work instead of removing it. When meals feel repetitive, restrictive, or inflexible, the brain pushes back. When a plan does not account for low energy days, busy nights, or unexpected changes, it collapses the moment life gets messy. One of the most common reasons meal prep falls apart is that people try to force themselves into eating the same meal every single day. On paper, this looks efficient. In reality, it quickly leads to boredom and resistance. Even the healthiest meal becomes unappealing when it feels mandatory. Another reason meal prep fails is that people try to do too much at once. They spend hours cooking, chopping, and cleaning, turning meal prep into an exhausting event instead of a supportive habit. When something feels overwhelming, it becomes harder to repeat, and consistency is what actually creates results. Many people also fail because they do not plan for the moments when energy is low and time is limited. Late nights, stressful days, and unexpected schedule changes are not exceptions. They are part of real life. When there is no backup plan for those moments, fast food and takeout become the default. Taste fatigue plays a role as well. Food that is technically healthy but boring or bland is far more likely to be ignored, wasted, or replaced with something more appealing. On top of all of this, people often try to change everything at once. They overhaul their diet, their schedule, and their habits all in the same week, creating pressure instead of progress. The solution to all of this is not more motivation. It is a better system. A system that works with your brain instead of against it. One of the most effective shifts you can make is to stop prepping rigid meals and start preparing flexible building blocks. When you focus on ingredients instead of fixed meals, you create options without creating extra work. Simple proteins, roasted vegetables, cooked grains, and a few sauces can be mixed and matched throughout the week. The same ingredients can become a bowl one day, a wrap the next, and a quick stir-fry later in the week. This reduces boredom while keeping effort low. This approach removes decision fatigue instead of adding to it. When food is already prepared in a flexible way, eating well becomes the easiest option rather than the hardest one. You are no longer locked into a plan that only works if everything goes perfectly. You have choices that adapt to your energy level, your schedule, and your appetite. Meal prep stops feeling like a rigid rule and starts feeling like support. Imagine opening your fridge and seeing food that gives you options instead of pressure. You are not forcing yourself to eat something you no longer want. You are simply assembling a meal that fits the moment you are in. On busy nights, meals come together quickly. On calmer days, you can take a little more time. Either way, the system holds. If meal prep has failed you in the past, it does not mean you did something wrong. It means the method you were taught was not designed for real life. Healthy eating does not require perfection, discipline, or endless motivation. It requires a system that makes the healthy choice the easy choice, even when energy is low and life is unpredictable. Meal prep should reduce stress, not create it. When done correctly, it works quietly in the background, supporting you without demanding constant effort. Once you stop blaming yourself and start adjusting the system, everything changes. If this perspective helped you see meal prep differently, consider subscribing for more realistic and sustainable nutrition strategies. And if you want to take the next step, leave a comment sharing the part of meal prep that feels hardest for you right now. Chances are, it is not a personal failure. It is simply a system that needs to be simplified. Want to learn more about meal prep? Check out the book, How to Meal Prep for the Week in Under 2 Hours, a step-by-step guide to fast, healthy and budget-friendly meals. The link is in the description.